Additionally, NATO has deployed 4 multinational battle groups to Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and Poland to bolster deterrence in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2014. This cooperation is vital, and it remains vital in the face of ongoing Russian actions in Ukraine, its increasingly belligerent rhetoric, its recent buildup of forces, its unusual troop movements along Ukraine's border. I'll have a lot more to say about that tomorrow after I've had a chance to consult with our allies in the NATO meetings that start this afternoon. But for now, let me just reiterate that any escalatory actions by Russia would be of great concern to the United States, as they would to Latvia, and any renewed aggression would trigger serious consequences. We join Latvia in condemning the cynical and inhumane way that Lukashenko regime has exploited vulnerable people to orchestrate irregular migration flows across its borders. And we recognize the right of the Latvian government and others in the region to secure their borders, consistent with international law and the humane approach that's needed.
Well, do you have any new commitments from the Secretary about ways?
We have seen Russia's playbook many times over. And part of that playbook is to attempt to create and manufacture a so-called provocation as justification for something that Russia is planning to do all along. And so whether what's been reported fits into that playbook, I don't know. But as I've already said on a couple of occasions, and again, we'll have a lot more to say about it tomorrow, we are very concerned about the movements we've seen along Ukraine's border. We know that Russia often combines those efforts with internal efforts to destabilize a country. That's part of the playbook, and we're looking at it very closely. But I want to make sure that we have a chance to continue our consultations, which have been ongoing with our allies, and as I said, more to be said about this tomorrow.
And which again intensified those discussions. Right now, when we speak about
first, I really want to applaud and express a real gratitude to South Africa and its government for its extraordinary transparency and also the very important work it did in detecting this new variant and in making it known to the world. That's exactly, I think, a model of responsibility that South Africa has exhibited that we would hope everyone in the world would show, because we are all in this together, and South Africa has performed a vital service to the world in identifying this new variant and making it known.
There are doubts about ironclad, rock-solid U.S.
Whether Belarus or other countries may have marriages of convenience, if not conviction, with other countries is something for them to decide, not for us. We're focused on the actions, unfortunately, that Belarus has been taking, both in terms of repressing its own people and their democratic aspirations, as well as we were talking about earlier, using migration as a weapon to try to sow division and destabilization in Europe. We are in close coordination with the European Union preparing follow-on sanctions that will hold the regime accountable for these hybrid operations and its ongoing attacks on democracy, on human rights, on international norms. And the bottom line is this: as long as the regime in Belarus refuses to respect its international commitments, undermines peace and security in Europe, continues to repress and abuse its own people who are simply seeking to live in freedom, we will continue to put pressure on the regime, and we will not lessen our calls for accountability. That's our focus.